Example 3 I wrote on a separate piece of paper so that I would have a little bit more space to work with. 9, 3, and 6 have a GCF of 3. So we're going to start by factoring out that 3. 9x squared divided by 3 is 3x squared. Negative 3x divided by 3 is negative 1x, or just minus x. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. A times C, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So we're looking for items that multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 1. Because they multiply to a negative, I know they have opposite signs. And because they add to a negative, I know that the bigger number is negative. 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1. So we're going to start with 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 3. We're going to bring down our original a value of 3. Remember that after we pull out a GCF, our original a value comes from inside the parenthesis. 2/3 is already simplified, but negative 3 over 3 can simplify to negative 1. So we'll rewrite these in simplified form. At this point, we'll take our solutions. X equals negative 2/3, or x equals positive 1. And then we'll finish writing our quadratic in factored form by moving the denominator over. Our final answer is 3 times 3x plus 2 times x minus 1. Pause the video and work out the example on the right. Unpause it when you're finished. Negative 8, negative 10, and 12 have a GCF of 2. In this case, I'm going to factor out a negative 2 because remember I want my a value to be positive. After I factor out a negative 2, I end up with 4x squared plus 5x minus 6. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. I can list the factors of negative 24. And I know that they'll have opposite signs because they multiply to a negative. They add to a positive. So I know that the sign of the bigger number is positive. Negative 3 and 8 add to 5. So we'll start with negative 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 8. We'll grab our original a value out from inside the parentheses, which is 4, and use it to make our fractions. Then we'll simplify our fractions. 3 over 4 is already simplified, so we're going to keep the first parenthesis as x minus 3 over 4. 8 over 4 simplifies to 2, so our second parenthesis will be x plus 2. Solutions at this point are x equals positive 3/4 or x equals negative 2. Remember, the opposite of what you see inside the parenthesis. To finish factoring, we move denominators in front of x's. We'll end up with negative 2 times 4x minus 3 times x plus 2. Make sure you're very diligent about using this method because one simple mistake can throw you off.